birthday to you.
We just cannot get over the colour of this water. It's actually the best we've ever been in. For those who have joined our story here, hi, we're Becka and Zach. We bought our boat Tay-Lee last March after saving for years, and after 6 months of figuring it all out in the UK, we ditched the lines and really started the adventure. So come along with us for the highs, the lows, and absolutely everything in between. Because we're not just doing it, we're bloody doing it. Good morning. Good morning. We are in, I'm a bit croaky. We are in Tobago Quays right now, and we left Myro yesterday morning. We just motor sailed halfway, pretty much between the islands. The reef becomes pretty significant, so you had to find a way in, and there's two ways really for us to get to where we wanted to go. There's either around a little channel or through the main anchorage between the two islands. This is the whole area. As you can see, there's a ton of reef. So we came in on this line and it was trying to make us go through there, but we decided instead to go through Penguin Channel, which is here, out here, round, and then we're here now. So yeah, really cool, and we just got a load of reef around us, which is awesome. I gave Zach a mullet yesterday. I have no experience, by the way, but I was fading in the sides, being professional, and I thought I picked up the 4 size clipper, and I picked up the 1. So yeah, can you imagine what happened then? I confidently went zip. I laughed until I realised that actually I should probably cry because he just had like a little ball patch there. So then I had to do the same to the other sides, but it looks alright, Zach is happy with it now. He's taken a bit of getting used to. What else is to catch? Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow. We came here for my birthday. We were actually hanging out in Myro for a little while to make sure the wind was low enough to come here, because apparently the water is better when it's low wind. And yeah, it's my birthday, so that's a little birthday treat to come here. Anyway, Zach's making coffee and we're really excited to explore Tobago Quays today. Go for a little dive. And yeah, show you what this amazing area is, because we're pinching ourselves that we're even here. Thank you. We're gonna head out and explore Tobago Quays in a second, but just before we do, we've got a 60-second integration for you guys, and sit through it. It's a bit of fun, and we had a lot of enjoyment and a lot of laughs making it, so yeah, enjoy this next section. You are off the coast of a marine park, out of food and water. The items you have scavenged are your last hope. Select your character. Pursuit in pink, Zach, or Poop Deck Pete, Becca. You choose Pursuit in pink, Zach. Select your tool. Fast D-knife, tin opener, Hask knife. You choose the Hask knife with high quality oak wood handles, giving the perfect grip. An extremely sharp blade, while simultaneously providing the perfect balance and control, ensuring absolute pleasure in every cutting experience. Pursuit in pink has made a fine choice in ensuring his prosperity.
Level 1, plantain. Level 2, cacao. Level 3, the infamous coconut.
And now, Pursuit in pink is thirsted and fed. He may resume exploring the infamous Tobago Quays. If you want the best tool for the job, we have a 70% off code for you. Oh, and it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So click that link and never look back.
I think we'll get points. I have to as well.
slightly cheating, but it's kind of hard to get cake ingredients out here, but this will have to do. I've had to translate it because it's all in French, but it should be good.
Tobago Keys is made up of 5 small islands and extensive coral reefs, and since the moment we arrived, Becca has wanted to explore one of the outermost keys, Petite Tobago. So after a quick pancake breakfast,
Thank you.
we grabbed Mads and Ava and began the 2 nautical mile trip in the dinghy to the remote island.
And then I think, yeah, we pretty much just go that way.
So into the sandy bit on the right though, yeah?
There's reef before we get to the sandy bit.
Alright.
So we need to enter, like, this end.
We spent a bit of time finding the best entrance into the island, as the last thing we wanted to do was to get the dinghy stuck on sharp reef.
Now we just have to find a way onto the island, because there's a lot of reef around. It's amazing, isn't it?
Pretty nice.
I'd say probably through there, Zach.
But eventually we found a sand patch and beached our dinghy. At just 500 meters long, with white sand beaches, washed up coral and coconut palms, this island was everything we thought it would be. You may recognize it from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where Jack was abandoned with Elizabeth, but we missed the trick and forgot the rum this time. That detail aside, glancing over at Becca, she couldn't stop smiling, and I could sense that she almost couldn't believe she was turning another year older in a setting just like this.
Feel very, very grateful today.
Good friends and good islands.
Good islands and good friends, absolutely. So we're a little bit rolly. It's a little bit later now, and I just wanted to sit down with the camera and just chat for a sec. I think a few people noticed, but we haven't been talking to the camera as much, and the main reason is our mic is broken at the moment, and it's been a little bit of a nightmare. And I know it's like a trouble in paradise thing, but if our whole passion and part of his journey is filming, and then you can't hear half of it, we've had to just scrap so many clips, and honestly it breaks my heart, because we really do pour, as you all know, especially from the early days of the tears, we do pour our hearts out to the camera, because I don't think that in a world where people are always comparing themselves to everyone else, it's good to hide the realities of life. I know that if we didn't share the realities and the hard bits, then people would maybe feel, I don't know, maybe feel like, what are we doing wrong? Like, why aren't we in the Caribbean? I don't want that to be the case. And it isn't always easy. I mean, even today, I feel a little bit homesick, because Zach, bless him, has done his absolute best to give me the most beautiful, lovely day and made me feel the most celebrated and special. And he made me pancakes, and he's baked me a cake, and Ava and Mads came over, who are our good friends, and Ava made me this lovely Tay-Lee sign out of crochet yarn and wire, and I just feel so grateful. I feel like I just want to give everyone a massive hug, and yeah, I feel really grateful, but it's also hard. My mum and me are really close, and she said, when can I FaceTime you? And I was like, give me 5 minutes, and we ended up FaceTiming, and it was lovely, but it's hard, because usually you're spending birthdays and Christmas with family, and I guess that is the hard bit about living abroad and being so far from home. But, you know, it's one of those things. I just wanted to kind of share that it's wonderful, but it can be hard. And I think maybe in the earlier stages we recorded a lot of things and really opened up to the camera, because I guess it was kind of easy to open up to the camera. We were going through these things, and I had a lot of big emotions, and I shared them. And now it's kind of changed. The sailing bit has got less dramatic. It's got easier. There's a lot less emotional events that happen, but maybe it's the small moments when you're kind of lying in bed and you're like, like I kind of miss my mum right now, or it's a birthday where, you know, you'd usually wake up and have a family breakfast. I don't know, it's just the little things, I guess, and they're less dramatic. So to pick up a camera and to chat about, oh, I miss home a bit, it just sounds all a bit ridiculous. But that was the light bulb moment for me, because I was thinking, well, it shouldn't sound ridiculous. These are my emotions, and just like before when I was sad about the mast being cracked, or sad about, you know, squaring ourselves into next door's boat, these are just as valid. They're just easier to get shoved under the carpet, and I think that's the thing I want to show you today. We have had the most beautiful day of diving with the most incredible underwater life I think I've ever seen, and we saw a shark at one point, and to feel so alive and energized, and just to have this passion for life that maybe I didn't have when I was working during the pandemic. And I'm so in love with this life, but it can be hard. And if you're watching this thinking, we see so many great things, and it seemed like you had a hard time back in Europe, but now you're in the Caribbean and you're happy all the time, and the boat's always great, and this is what it's all about. And yes, it is. But bloody hell, there was a lot of tears to get to this point. And on days like this, I am so incredibly grateful for this whole community and friends and Zach and our beautiful boat. I'm so, even if it rolls, but I'm so happy. But know this, it's not always easy. And even if you get one thing from all the videos that we make, is I guess not all that glitters is gold. I think that's the saying. There's always times we don't pick up the camera. There's always times that we choose not to film. And maybe the longer we're on YouTube, or the bigger this following gets, sometimes the harder it is to pick up the camera. Almost at the beginning we were like, man, what have we got to lose? But now it's like we've built up this amazing community of people who we can share our lives with, and it's about being open and sharing our lives for the good and the bad. And I think through this all, it's not always been easy, but it's always been worth it. Anyway, before the waterworks start, let's show you what the rest of Tobago Keys has to offer. We're going out for a barbecue tonight. There's a guy called Michael who dropped past the boat earlier and said, do you want to come to a barbecue on the beach? And obviously we're in Tobago Keys, it's got to be done. And it's not lobster season, so we're not going to be eating any lobster, but that's really quite good because so we're going to go for a fish dinner, and I don't know how much we'll film, but we're going to be exploring Tobago Keys over the next few days, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video in just soaking in this beautiful place with us. So yeah.
Steamed veggies.
Next Monday, we leave the Keys.
Oh! There's a line in the water!
And continue our quest south to Union Island, where we get creative to fill our water tanks.
Alright.
Oh, water's coming out! Woohoo! Catch you then.